If you've got a bag of clothes you're just not using anymore, you might find the nearest donation box and drop it in. But local nonprofits are saying if you use boxes like these, you could be putting money in people's pockets or funding a cult.
A lot of those bins, they're not local and they're not legit nonprofits.
And Tim Kralovic says they're keeping donations from making it to Goodwill and other local charities. That's taking money and opportunities away from our friends, neighbors, and maybe even us when we need help. For him, this is personal.
Goodwill very much helped my Uncle Bob become the individual that he became. Goodwill helped him get employment at a local Kroger, and to see the difference, to know, and then to see him become, so empowered through the power of work.
Now, Tim's the vice president in charge of Toledo's Goodwill thrift stores, so he's frustrated that there's new competition. Bins that look a lot like theirs popping up all over the city. Sometimes it's obvious it's not legit, like spray-painted cardboard boxes. Other times they're more deceiving, and he's not the only one who's noticed.
Unless I see a charity name on them, are being run by for-profit companies.
Jim Peniston's the store committee chairman for the St. Vincent de Paul Society in Toledo. We caught up with him as recycling workers loaded up clothes that didn't sell in the 6 weeks they were hanging up inside. That's why he says he gets it. Selling the clothes overseas is a pretty easy way to bring in a profit.
It's entrepreneurship to begin with, but it's also misleading because most people, I would think, when they see one of those boxes, think that money is going to a charity, when in fact it's not.
In Ohio, you don't have to be a tax-exempt 501c3 to set up a bin. You just have to say you're working to do some good. And that's exactly what Green Recycling of Michigan says they're doing, keeping clothes out of landfills while making it convenient to drop them off. 3 of their blue bins, out of more than 1,000 they own, are in a parking lot off Alexis near Lewis, advertising the need for clothes and shoes and thanking you for your support. On the front, in the smallest text on the box, not a 501c3. We talked to Green Recycling's operations manager, Ali Musa. He didn't want to be recorded, but told us his company also sells textiles to third world countries. It's a lucrative trade, big demand. He says they make it clear with those labels on the bins they are not a charity, but they will pay rent for spots at local charities, marketing it as an easy way for those organizations to make a buck. But on their website, some of their bins say help our community, even though their marketing suggests it's only the rent, not the clothes or shoes or proceeds from selling them, that are really going back to the community.
I think there are a handful that are legit. And then outside of that, it's unethical at best what they're doing.
On Tim's not legit list, Planet Aid, a large bin-based charity out of Maryland. It has 19 locations in Toledo, along with one in Temperance. An 18-month investigation by the Center for Investigative Reporting found Planet Aid had connections to an international fugitive and an organization that experts described as a cult. It's even been called out by charity watchdog groups for calling itself nonprofit.
It's a cute way of putting it, yes. They are very much a for-profit trying to pretend to be a nonprofit.
We're finding out that these for-profit bins they're making money for the company. And that's not the intent of having donation centers.
That's Councilmember George Sarantu. He says the city has a law on the books requiring bin owners to register with the city and requiring them to be a nonprofit corporation. So how do we get for-profit bins in Toledo?
Probably it's an enforcement issue. They haven't registered and we haven't kept up on going around town and checking these out.
Tim says he's working with Sarantu and other members of council to make sure that enforcement happens so they can keep changing lives like Uncle Bob's. His story and the thousands of others like it, why he says it's worth the fight.
It's just, I guess, why is more so. Like, why do they feel, but I know why. They're trying to chase the dollar. So, but I can sleep well at night.
We reached out to Planet Aid multiple times for their comment on this story. They did not reply by the deadline. Barrett Dorner, Toledo Free Press.